Marvin, another entertaining weekend.
Another comeback, Sandra. Wow. No, it was. Listen, derbies, not all games are about winning, aren't they? But no, I thought the boys were brilliant today. And what I mean by that is they conceded a goal early, dealing with adversity. Obviously, the crowd are kind of expecting, rightly so, and then the boys go out there and get a 3-1 win, a comfortable one in the end, after also missing the penalty in the first half.
It was very much like last weekend, wasn't it? It was a game that Queen seemed to be in control of, but you wondered if it was going to be one of those days and if they were going to score. Yeah,
well, full control of the game. I'm not sure how many shots they had on target, but we had all the possession. The goalkeeper pulls off a few fantastic saves. We managed to block a few of our own shots at goal as well. But again, like last week, I'm not just saying this because we won the game. I felt that we were going to get back. I definitely felt we were going to get at least one goal. Listen, 3 goals is fantastic, but we created more than enough chances to do so. So I wasn't ever worried about, getting back and would we get another goal. I was probably more worried about are we going to concede another goal like we did, at the start of the game. But no, listen, the boys, as I said, were brilliant for them, because it's not easy in football to deal with adversity, especially in derbies. It's tough. It's not like a normal game for anyone who's played in them. Fans will tell you the same, even supporting games like today. It's not like a normal game. So delighted with the 3-1 win, and that one's really for the fans.
And once you get that one goal, the confidence, you can see it rise, can't you?
Yeah, exactly. And I said to the boys at half time, first and foremost, I addressed the goal because, I won't say what I said there because you have to beep it out. But, I said it wasn't acceptable, and I find myself saying the same thing, each game. That goal's not acceptable, that's not acceptable, that goal's not acceptable. So we need to learn, and I said that after the game, we've got a lot to learn as a group, not just the players, me as well, the staff. We've got a lot to do here. There's no doubt about that. But, yeah, listen, you don't want to concede goals like that. But, as I said, to bounce back, that was the most important thing, and the players did that. So, full credit to them.
It is. You don't want it to become a habit, do you, giving teams the start with sloppy goals?
Yeah, well, that's what we said on the board. The first thing we said on the board was, don't give them anything to hang on to, because we saw it with Alloa and they managed to hang on. We saw Edinburgh try and do it, and again, you saw Annan try and do it today. So maybe I'll let Bartley write the stuff on the board. Maybe my writing's not the clearest sign, just they're not getting it. But you don't want to be conceding those sloppy goals. You don't want to be known for that. But what I do want to be known for is a team that never gives up. That's something that, I'm pretty sure when I came here, people were saying to me, we haven't gone behind and came back and won a game. I didn't ever want to go behind, but we've done it twice now in 2 weeks and we came back and won. So, that's a fantastic characteristic to have.
We were talking about it, inconsistency last season just shows you what consistency can do, isn't it? Yeah,
exactly that, and belief, really. I think it's belief, and, it's sticking to game plans, it's having that discipline, to go out there. But, yeah, listen, it shows if you believe in each other, you believe in yourselves and you believe in what we're doing, we will get back into games. Again, we're not going to keep clean sheets week in, week out. But we've shown at the other end that we can create chances, we can score goals. As I said, winning 3-1 after missing the penalty, it's not an easy thing to do. And to be honest, Gav, was heartbroken at half time, missing that penalty kick. But look what he comes and does in the second half, and that's fantastic. That's the reaction we want. I don't want to ever miss a penalty again, but I want that that reaction from anyone. You make mistakes, it happens. We're all going to make mistakes. So it's about the reaction, and Gav showed a fantastic reaction today, as did the other players again, to dig their mate out of a hole.
Good finishes this afternoon as well. I mean, Lee's saying that the ref didn't give him it, he's given it as an own goal,
yes.
But
that makes me happy, Sandra. It does. No, listen, the wee man was disappointed with himself last week because he got in a few great positions and didn't manage to put the ball in the back of the net. Then all of a sudden from there, probably 99% of the crowd are saying, don't shoot, and then he lets go of the shot and it ends up in the back of the net. Whether it was his goal, whether they're giving it as an own goal, I don't really mind. It's a fantastic strike from him, and whether he's got that goal, he's caused that goal to happen, I don't mind. I thought he was brilliant today, Lee.
Good finishes after that from Gavin and Harvey.
Yeah, as I said, Gavin does what Gavin does. You put the ball in the box and he's fit. That's what he's capable of. And I said that to him before the game. I don't care if you have 5 touches in this game. If they're in the box, then they're going to put the ball in the back of the net. And he's done that again today. Harvey, we've been working on the wingers, kind of arriving at that kind of back post. Don't be kind of disengaged with the game when the ball's down the other side. When the cross comes in, I need you to be in there as a second striker or third striker if you've got 2 up front. And he picks up a fantastic position and shows composure to put the ball in the back of the net. So, yeah, 2 brilliant finishes. Shows the boys are listening, shows they're learning, and they got their just awards today.
Harvey's talking about the work that he's actually doing off the pitch as well and off the training with yourself, and he's saying that he's been rewarded for that now.
He has, but that won't stop. It's important when we identify players that we know that they're not going to be finished articles. They're young players that we're trying to bring together and trying to make better, and he is being rewarded for that. He got that today, but it's down to him as well doing the hard work, because me, Granty and Marsh can put things on for you all day after training, but if you don't want to do it, you don't do it properly, you don't get the rewards. So he needs to take massive credit for himself. So it's easy for us saying this is where you should be, let's practice this, let's practice that, but no, I'm delighted for him, and he's not the only one putting in the hard work. It's kind of like a team thing now. Everyone's putting in that hard work after training. Training doesn't just finish now and people just wander in. Everyone's working on game specific stuff, and that's how we'll get better individually and collectively.
You talked about that kind of last week as well, when you talked about Kyle's goal and how Marsh and Gordon had been Grant and Marsh had been working with them. So it just shows you that it is starting to pay off. Exactly,
it's a team effort. Exactly, it really, really is. And as I said, they've been working on him in terms of set plays, etc. But Kyle has to take it on board as well, and he does, and he gets that goal. I think the celebration was down to Marsh. That's Marsh's fault that he was suspended today. Marsh was practicing that celebration as well with him. But no, on a serious note, the set play was down to them. And we're all working with individuals. We take kind of micro groups after training's finished, whether it's the younger players or sometimes the older boys join in as well. But we've got something here that if you're under 24, you have to do extras. You have to be better at your game, and that's putting pressure on the older boys now that you have to join in as well, because you don't want people closing the gap on you. So it's creating a real good team spirit, and individuals are getting better, and hopefully we're beginning to see that. It's still early days, we're in the infancy of doing it, but over the course of the season I think you'll see some real kind of polished diamonds.
No Jack Bryden today?
Yeah, Jack's trained. He's actually made himself available for the Edinburgh City game. We decided to hold him back and get another week's training into him, and he's had a slight setback, Jack. We'll know more at the start of next week. It's disappointing because again, these things happen. It came within the last 5 minutes of training. So hopefully he's going to be okay, and we can get him kind of back on the training pitch as soon as possible. But I won't know the full extent of that until the start of next week.
And Alex joining the squad yesterday, getting 20 minutes this afternoon.
Yeah, someone I've been working on for a little while. Obviously, Ian Wilson, going out the door. I wanted to have a midfielder before him going. So we'll still be looking for another one to add to the group and to add to that area. But Alex is a player I've been well aware of. Obviously had a fantastic loan spell at East Fife last season. I think he had 18 goal contributions, with 35 games, and for a young man that's absolutely brilliant. He sets up a league now. He's had a tough week because St Johnstone didn't play today, so he's done 3 days worth of fitness, played 11v11, so I'm very mindful of that. But I felt I just needed him to go on there and give us a little bit of energy that he had left in the tank. So he'll sleep well tonight, no doubt about that. As I said, he's a good player to bring into the group. He's different to what we have in there, and as I said, he's a profile that we wanted to get, and we've now got it.
And it's Cove up next, so a long trip, but hopefully a fruitful one.
Yeah, exactly that, Sandra. And I've moved on to that already. As I said, in management, you probably get 10 or 15 minutes to enjoy results. But I think we sat down for 5 minutes in there and we were already thinking about Cove. That's the next step. Tonight is about the players enjoying that win, getting ready to train Monday, and that's about the fans enjoying that win, into our next game next Saturday. But us as a management team, we move on. It has to become a normality that game finishes, we move on. When you win games of football, yes, it's brilliant, pats on the back, let's move on from it, and the process will remain exactly the same, whether we win, lose or draw. Watch the game back and then get ready for the next week's game.
Cove have made a decent start already as well, so it's been an interesting one.
Yeah, no, they have made a decent start. Obviously they've been relegated. They're a team that have been well backed in the summer, Paul Hartley and the rest of his staff in terms of the players they've brought in. But listen, we come up with a game plan. We're ready for it. Yes, it will be a good one because we're testing ourselves against a team that started the league extremely well. But it's about us. I always worry about us. So how can we go up there and how can we impose ourselves on that game? And that's what we'll be working on during this week.